Believe it or not, you weren't put on this earth for your life to be hard. Greetings, beautiful beings. Welcome back to my channel, Rising with Rachel. I am Rachel, and together we rise in talking about all things cosmic and consciousness. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're feeling like you want to share a little extra love, go ahead and leave us a comment down below, as it does help the silly little human earthly algorithm. As much as I don't want to be a part of that, I do want to be a part of spreading the messages that are so deeply needed to be planted in the consciousness of the human collective right now during this crucial moment in history, as we are on the forefront of a spiritual revolution, witnessing the awakening of the masses so that we can implement the energy into the earth and help her raise her own vibration to fully embody the fifth dimensional earth that she was always meant to be. And it starts with you and me. So thank you for being here with me, soldier. Thank you for being on these front lines. I see you, I honor you, I love you. Now let's get into it. Today, I want to talk to you about the one thing that is going to absolutely revolutionize your life, and it is acceptance. Acceptance is the permission slip that you give yourself in order to step into your next chapter. You don't accept what is going on in your life, if you don't accept the trouble, if you don't accept the successes, if you don't accept the people that are in your life and the way that they are operating and behaving, you will not understand or understand, as I like to say, exactly everything's role in your life and how it is there for you to see as a tool, as a stepping stone to get you into your next chapter. When you don't accept something, you sit in resistance of it. And when you are in a resistant energy, that is your vibrational stance, right? That is your vibrational offering to the universe. You are saying, I am standing in this resistance and I am holding on to it. And the universe is going to give you more to resist because you are operating at the same frequency as resistance. But you see, when you accept something that's going on in your life, you allow alchemy to happen. When you accept that this relationship might be over, you allow that energy to completely transform into an expansive energy, an infinite potential energy. You allow that residual vibration that is around you, right, to kind of just disintegrate and flow down the stream in the river of life, instead of holding on to it and trying to make things work, instead of trying to hang on to this relationship that no longer serves you and trying to make it work when the universe has showed you time and time again that it's just not. Therefore, tapping into, again, that resistance energy where the universe is just going to say, okay, well, you know, your stance, your signal right now is this lower vibration. So I'm going to send you more experiences, maybe within this relationship dynamic, in this example, to bring about more resistance. But life shouldn't be hard. You weren't meant to live a hard life. You were born here to remember the truth of who you are and to tap into your inner magic, your inner wisdom, your inner alchemy, to take what you see in your reality experience for face value of what it is, to not get attached to the stories, but to rather see the people, places, and experiences that happen in front of your very eyes as knowledge, as wisdom, as tools to bring you into the next chapter. Essentially, everything is like a stepping stone. Every person that you meet, every experience that you have, every place that you live is literally like a step in a ladder. And with each experience, each person, each place, each whatever, you are climbing up that ladder to reach your highest potential. We were never meant to get stuck in the specifics of the stories that we tell ourselves about our experiences. We are meant to just flow through them. The same way that when you think about a river flowing, right? Even though there's rocks in the river, the water continues to flow. The water doesn't stop and say, now what the hell is this rock doing in my river? What am I supposed to do? How am I going to get around this? I'm so mad at this rock for being here. Whatever other stories that the river could make up about this rock, right? Instead, it just continues right on. It goes right around it. And that's exactly what we are meant to do. We are not meant to take things personally. We are meant to take things vibrationally, to see what in our experiences is showing us contrast. Because also, we don't know what we want until we know what we don't want. So when something comes up in our experiences and shows us things that we don't want, we aren't meant to sit in this lower vibrational energy of the stories that we create around the thing that we don't want. We're not meant to attach to the thing that we don't want and say, it's not fair. Why is this showing up? And why me? And why doesn't it happen to this person? We're meant to accept that that person, place, or thing is in our reality at the moment. What is it showing to us vibrationally that we are still holding within ourselves? Because we know that our reality is a mirror, right? Nothing could show up in our experience unless there was a similar frequency in our own vibrational field. So what is it that I'm meant to learn from this experience? What energy is it holding, and how can I find that energy within myself? Accept that energy, send it the love and nurturing it needs, ask it the questions that it needs, find out what it needs from me in order to really move on and transmute into a brand new energy. Let it go and watch how new people, places, and experiences come into our lives. When you accept something, that is the permission slip that you give yourself to step into your future. When you accept things, that does not mean that you are saying your experiences are okay, that it's okay that this person treated you a certain way. You're not saying that things are fair or that you deserved them. You are just saying it happened. When you don't accept things, you are actually low-key in denial, right? Because your brain can't fathom that this person treated you this way, that this job fired you. That when you don't accept the experiences, you sit in denial. And when you sit in that denial, you are not facing reality. And how can you learn about your reality, and how can you transmute your reality if you are refusing to acknowledge what's even right in front of you? In order to do the inner work that it takes to revolutionize your life, you need to accept what is right in front of you, even if it's ugly, even if it's hard, especially when it's ugly and hard. Actually, that's the best time to accept things, because there is no better vibration to be in than when you are facing some really horrible shit and you tell the universe, okay, I lay down my sword. I accept this. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know how to alchemize this. I don't know how to face this. All I know is that I'm going to accept it, and I'm going to accept whatever comes along with it. That means dealing with the thought cycles that arise around our experiences and the emotional cycles that arise around our experiences, and just being present with them. It doesn't mean you're supposed to have it all figured out, or that you're supposed to get the answers right away on what steps you need to take to move forward. It just means you are acknowledging what is in your experience, and everything else will follow after. And I know that that's really scary, right? It's scary to admit that you accept something, because also that means that that thing is real. And for instance, in that example that I use in terms of a relationship that's coming to an end, there's no harder place to be in than, especially when involved with somebody that you really love, accepting that maybe things are over, and maybe the person that you thought you were going to be with forever is not your forever. That's why we create all of this chaos around accepting it, right? We say, no, you know what? They're just going through something, and no, we're meant to be together, and no, we've put so much time into this, and we've put so much work, and the other excuses that you come up with, right, in order to refuse the acceptance that the relationship is over. But had you just accepted it, it would have been a lot easier for you to find peace. And in fact, you would have found peace a lot faster, because that cosmic clarity, that cosmic wisdom would have been downloaded to you a lot faster on why it is this relationship needed to end, and all the abundance that exists in your future that is trying to come to you. But maybe this relationship is blocking it. Maybe there is a more aligned relationship for you in the future that brings you more of the things that your soul genuinely needs, that this relationship was not. But you are so gung-ho on white knuckling this relationship because you think that this person is for you. You think that all the time put in and all the work put in would be a waste had you accepted that this is over. But the truth of the reality is, when you accept it, you send so much love to all of those experiences, even if it's hard, even if it doesn't feel that way at all. When you accept things, you give them permission to transmute and alchemize, and also give yourself permission to grow through what you go through. Acceptance is the key that opens the door into your future. But when you are sat in denial of what's going on, when you are sat in that resistance energy, the universe is going to crank the volume up on what is not in alignment for you. Because again, you are not meant to be anything on this earth except happy, accept abundance, happiness, abundance, peace, bliss. All of those things are your birthright. You are here to live a life beyond your wildest dreams. But as humans, we keep ourselves stuck in our own prisons. There's actually a Lady Gaga song called Come to Mama, where she says, it is so true, and it makes me so emotional, because not only do we do that to each other, but we do it to ourselves. We keep ourselves attached to these stories, to the what ifs, to the what should be's, instead of just accepting what is. And we create so much resistance for ourselves. We create a harder time for ourselves than we are supposed to even have. Because again, if abundance, if ease, if peace is our birthright, and why don't we feel those things all of the time? It is all a story of our own making. Our resistance comes from our inability to accept things as they are and just let things go. It comes from our attachment to things and the stories that we tell ourselves about those things. I bring this forward to you today because acceptance is something that has really helped me tap into and curate constantly a sense of inner peace. You know, I have been through a lot of stuff that is really, really difficult to accept. I found along my own journey that when I started to realize that accepting them didn't mean saying it was okay, it didn't mean that forgiveness was automatically there, it didn't mean that that experience was just or fair or permitted, but it just meant that I was looking at them in the face. When you accept the especially lower vibrational experiences, you are essentially looking your demons in the face and saying, you know what? I see you. And now what? When you accept things, you flash a light on all of the darkness and you say, okay, now what? And that is the permission slip that allows the universe to give you the answers that you need to move on. And by no means is this easy. Trust me, I INNERstand, as I like to say. I'm telling you, the sooner that you can just accept things, even if you don't agree with them, again, no one said that you have to agree with it. In fact, you can hate a lot of things that are happening to you and still accept them. That is the power of duality of living in this universe, right? You can say, you know what, I hate this is not fair, this is not right, everyone in this situation sucks, but I accept that this is what's going on right now. And when you accept that, and when you can sit in that awareness, that is what gives you that clearer insight into your own cosmic wisdom. It allows you to be a more open vessel for the universe to implement ideas into your head on what it is that you need to do next. You become more of this clear conduit of spirit so that you can truly start to embody the person that you were born here to be and operate at the higher vibrations that you should be vibrating at in order to attract those higher vibrational experiences and people and jobs and places to live. Because again, that abundance, that wealth, that health, that success, peace, that inner bliss, that is all your birthright. And the second that you can stop attaching to what your experiences currently are and just accept what is currently happening, and instead of resisting it and denying its existence and shoving things under the rug, instead lift up the rug, shine your flashlight down there and say, all right, let's get all this dust out of here, then that's the second that your life is actually going to start to change. I'm telling you, until you start practicing acceptance, it's like the door to your next chapter in life is going to sit there locked, and everything else that you try to do is like going to be you trying to handcraft a bunch of different keys to figure out how the hell to unlock this door. And the second that you realize, oh, this key that says acceptance, let me try this one. You put it in. After the 1,000,003 keys that you just handcrafted to make, that is going to be the one where you say, oh, holy shit, this unlocks the door. I'm definitely going to do a longer video on acceptance because I have a lot to say about this. This is a very multi-dimensional topic and one that I relate to very personally. So stay tuned because I am relaunching my podcast. It's time to wake up at the end of Mercury retrograde, of course, during Virgo season. So lots of alignment happening here. So definitely stay tuned for that. But this was just a little insight on why acceptance is so important and revolutionary and how it is single-handedly the one key that is going to unlock the door into your next chapter. So thank you so much for being here with me and doing the inner work that you do, because as you take care of yourself, you take care of the collective. And I am so grateful to be here, soldier on the forefront of this spiritual revolution with you during this crucial time in human history. As you do this work again and you expand your own consciousness, you are quite literally planting seeds in Earth's crystalline grid system, which are accessible to other people at every point in time on the planet. It's like an energetic piggy bank that you pay into that people, consciously or not, can always tap into. So trust me, by you doing your inner work and even just watching a video as simple as this, you are changing the world. Trust and believe. If you know, you know. So thank you so much again for being here with me. I see you, I honor you, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.